Yo, Godson Official Music, aka Lightning Powered Art, back again with another video. This is the first video I'm recording for 2017. Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's late, and you probably won't see this until like the day after I record it, but whatever. So everything's going great, and I got the inspiration to do a video today based off of another video I saw. This video was posted first by Jamie Lothian, aka J Loti. Subscribe to his channel for more music by him. He's got dope style and some really dope songs that he's working on, and we've been working together for a minute now. I've been designing like art for his projects and like some music here and there, and we're excited about what's coming out next, which I can't talk too much about, but I stole his idea for the video, and the video is top 10 rappers. So this isn't just a list about my favorite rappers so much as the ones who influenced me the most, like when I'm writing, you know, and when I'm, you know, performing or whatever. And it's not in any order, so don't send me any comments like, yo, how could you put that guy in front of that guy? Without further ado, let me start off with T.I. He's one of my favorites of all time. Like, I love his dope flow, his swagger. Like, you give him any track, he can murder it. Like, and his features are always perfect. He hasn't made like two, like maybe just one project in his whole career, like over like what, 15, 18 years now. Besides that, everything is flawless that he's done. There's only like maybe one or two that I could live without, but besides that, everything's flawless, man. I love the sound of his voice and the types of flows he can do, literally anything. And he's not a young guy either, but he's always coming out with new ways to identify himself, or reinvent himself rather. And he's never sticking to the same sound on any one particular project. He doesn't give you the same verse every song like a lot of rappers do. He doesn't give you the same verse on every feature. One of the dopest flows, King of the South all day, T.I. Pete. And then I'm gonna go on to my second one, Mac Millie, aka Mac Miller, aka Larry Fisherman, aka whatever he wants to call himself this week. But Mac Miller is one of my favorites. And Mac Miller is interesting because he was like the underdog, you know? He was like that guy that nobody really thought was gonna make it this long, but here we go. Like 8-9 years later into his career, he's still doing fire ass projects. The new one he did with Ariana Grande and all that stuff is dope. I like his voice, man. I like his like kind of stony drawl and all that stuff that he does, you know? Like, he'll come up with a dope concept like for a punchline or whatever, but he'll just spit it like I always remember the very first time like I really started jumping on the Mac Miller bandwagon, because I'm kind of late, but it was when I saw him do these freestyles. But there was one in particular, they had it over like 10 minutes, and eventually they ran out of music to give him the freestyle, and he was still going off the top of his head. It was crazy. After that, I knew, I was like, okay, this guy is one of the best out right now. So we got T.I., we got Mac Miller. I'm moving on to Snoop Dogg. Yes, Snoop Dogg, aka Snoop Lion, one of my favorites of all time, and he was one of those rappers that you could never get caught listening to when you were growing up. So I didn't get to really enjoy Snoop Dogg until I was already way past like 20 years old. But by the time I started listening to Snoop Dogg, I finally realized why he was one of the greatest to ever do it. Why he's lasted this long in the industry. Like, he's outlived and outlasts most people's careers. Like, it's crazy. And he's always reinventing himself. He's never doing the same type of song, same type of album, you know? And you can't really hate him for too long, because he's always doing a different style, and then his style is timeless. Like, you know what it is as soon as you hear it. It's so unique and distinct from everything else. So again, this is in no order. I'm moving down to L Boogie. Don't call her that now. She only wants to be called Miss Hill or Lauryn Hill. But yeah, Lauryn Hill obviously is gonna go way up there, and she could have been like #1 if this was in order, but it's not. So L Boogie, aka Lauryn Hill, aka Miss Hill, obviously iconic, obviously single-handedly one of the best female artist that's ever been, first as a singer and then as a rapper. So at one part of the Fugees, I mean, what can you say about Lauryn? She's one of the best to ever do it. Thugga Thugga, that one kind of threw me off. Like, I remember it took me the longest time to like Young Thug, but like, it just kind of grew on you, you know? Like, you kept hearing him, you kept seeing him, like, over the years. It's just like, okay. And then by then, like, I realized, wait a minute, I've already heard like a dozen or more songs from him. I'm actually searching to find songs he's on. Doesn't that mean I'm a fan now? And then I'm like, yeah, I am a fan now. So that's the next guy, man. Young Thug right there. One of my top favorites. Like, I literally wait for days where he's going to do a feature on somebody's track, because you know it's going to be fire. I can't say that I've actually enjoyed any one particular project of his straight through, unfortunately, but I love his style of how he uses melodies. And I try to put more energy like the way he does in all his songs. I try to put that same crazy energy into my own voice when I'm doing my own music. Moving down from that, obviously we got Eminem, Marshall Mathers, aka Slim Shady, one of the greatest of all time, if not arguably the greatest, but he goes way up there for me. If it was an order list, he'd probably be number 1 or number 2. But you know, Eminem is one of my favorites. Again, one of the rappers you couldn't be caught listening to growing up, but we always listened to him even way back then. Moving on from that, we get QTip, and QTip is one of my favorite guys ever. I feel like he's crazy underrated in the game, because like without QTip, you not only would not have Pharrell, you wouldn't have like any of these producer/rappers out here, including me. And then he's got one of the smoothest, coolest voices you've ever heard. Like, he literally sounds like he's dancing on songs, man. And then he always has the perfect ear for the beats that are just like, they're jazzy, you know. And of course, you can't even talk about A Tribe Called Quest, right? So QTip is way up there for me. We got QTip, we got Mos Def, another guy, for more or less the same reason as QTip, but more specifically as the rapper, less as the producer. So Mos Def, obviously he goes up there, one of the best rappers ever to me. And like him, I try to do a lot of singing with my voice and like harmonizing and stuff. So Mos Def goes way up there, and I like his image, his swagger, his style. Like, he'll put that 70s, you know, funk on everything. That's dope to me. You know how much I love the 70s, like in music production and stuff. So, well, if you didn't know, you know now. So move on from that, we're going to Lecrae. So Lecrae, man, I actually have other rappers like in the gospel scene that I like more than Lecrae, but Lecrae I feel like is the best in recent times. Like, his ability to break into the mainstream industry and then like actually compete lyrically, vocally, with projects, the quality wise, with any other mainstream release. Like, I first heard him on, I don't even remember when I heard him for the first time, but I had heard about him for like over 10 years, like 10 years ago. I didn't know what he was about, but then like, you know, I picked it up, I finally listened to like Church Clothes, Volume 1 mixtape. I was like floored, you know, and it was a rap from there. Lecrae goes all the way up there for me. He goes hard. And of course, he's just like, he's almost like on that T.I. kind of like lyrical southern like monster, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'd kill anybody like lyrically. And then of course, you don't believe me, like check out his freestyle on Sway, 5 Fingers of Death. That's crazy. So moving on from that, we got K-Dot. Yep, K-Dot, aka Cornrow Kenny, aka Kendrick Lamar, aka King Kunta, back in the building. So K-Dot, man, he's probably my favorite rapper of all time at this point. If another rapper comes out that's I'm gonna like more than him, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if it does, like, if you guys think there's somebody out there that's dope that you think I'll like, let me know. Post some links in the description box. Let me hear something, man. Because like, I think Kendrick is, and I know it's a lot of people are going, oh, it's too early to call him the greatest, oh, this, that, and that. But I'm like, man, F it. Why we have to wait till the guy's old or dead? Or like, I'm gonna say like Kendrick is the greatest of this generation. Yeah, he's the greatest. Why not? I mean, he doesn't have a whole bunch of albums, but what he lacks in just sheer content, I mean, quantity, he more than makes up in quality. Can't talk. He more than makes up in quality. Like, every project he's released has had major appeal and effect on like the scene, the industry. And no, a whole bunch of people aren't rapping like Kendrick Lamar, and I guess that's one of the reasons why people might not consider him one of the greatest. But Kendrick Lamar is such a unique guy. Like, I wanted to be Kendrick Lamar before I knew there was a Kendrick Lamar. I didn't know anybody was like that lyrical but conscious, but you know, jazzy, but at the same time could turn up and do those club banger hits songs and like, you know, and just kind of be weird, you know, and be like accepted at the same time. Like, Kendrick does all of that to me. So, you know, that's about it for me, man. We got K-Dot, we got Mac Miller, we got T.I., we got QTip, we got Snoop Dogg, we got Lecrae, we got Lauryn, we got Young Thug, we got Eminem, we got Mos Def. So that's all my top 10 rappers so far. Not all, like, I got even more rappers that I like, but I couldn't fit them all in the list. Are these the greatest of all time? I'm not really trying to argue that, but they're my most influential to me. Just comment, like, share, subscribe. Use the code GODSON15 to save 15% off on all the merchandise at my shop. The links are in the description box. Follow me on all my social media. Sign up to my newsletter for more videos like this, exclusive content, music, videos, and much more. Updates. Godson Official Music, aka Lightning Powered Art. That's my second channel. Follow me there for all my art videos, tutorials, speed drawings, commission work, and more. I'm open for commissions, so hurry up and get them now while you still can, because people come in and it's a wrap. And I'm out. Peace.
On a Sunday, today I wanna brag on you. Just keep doing your thing and let me do mine. Let me blow your back out like it's enemy lines. So good, make me wanna sing along. The night is young, so I dedicate this song to the unsung romance caught between the slip of your tongue, beaming you up the Star Trek. Are you with me? Are you with me?